Hi friends, it's Haley Cook, and today we're going to round to the nearest 10 and 100. So by the end of the lesson today, you will be hopefully able to look at a number and decide whether or not we are going to round up based on the number to the right. So when we're looking at rounding to the nearest 10, we want to directly look at the number that is in the ones place. So a rule of thumb I always like to remember is 5 or above, give it a shove, or 4 or below, let it go. So when we're looking at the nearest, rounding to the nearest 10, let's do an example really quick. So we're going to look at the number 57. So we're going to put 5 in the tens place, and we're going to put 7 in the ones place, and we're going to look at this number right here. Now remember the rule of thumb I just told you. 5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, let it go. So in this case, 7 is bigger than 5. So what are we going to do? We're going to round it, and we're going to type it in right here. Let's see what happens. And as you can see, 57 is closer to the number 60 than it is to the number 50. So if we zoom in really quick, we're going to see 57 rounds to 60 because 57 is closer to 60 than it is to 50. So like I said, guys, I learned this concept when I was a younger kid. 5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, let it go. Alright, so let's do another number really quick. We're going to do a 3-digit number now. So let's do the number 155. So let's look at this number right here. Like I said, 5 or above, give it a shove. 4 below, let it go. So the number 5, since it's 5 or greater, it is going to round up to 160. And let's see right here. We're going to place it on the number line. So as you can see, 155. It's right in the middle, but by convention, like I said, if it's greater than 5 or above, we're going to round it to 160. So now we're going to be looking at rounding to the nearest 100th. So when we're rounding to the nearest 100th, we want to look at the number that is in the tens place, which is directly to the right of the hundreds place. And like I said, if the number is greater than 5, we are going to round the number up to the nearest 100th. So let's do an example right here so I can show you. So let's take actually the number 155 again. But this time, instead of looking at the ones place, we're going to be looking at the tens place. So, as you can see before, 5 is the same number right here as it is in the tenths. So 5 or above, we're going to give this number a shove. So, let's see what happens right here when we do that. 155, we're going to place the number line again. We're going to zoom in. And as you can see, 155 rounds to 200 because 155 is closer to 200 than it is to 100. Alright, now let's look at one more example. We're going to do 143. Now remember what I said. It might be tricky for you guys at first because you're going to want to look at this place since we did the tenths. But remember, since we're rounding to the hundredths, we want to look at the number that is directly to the right, which is the tenths place. And in this case, it's the number 4. So remember what I said before. 4 or below, we are going to let that number go, and we are going to keep that number the same. So let's plug in 143 right here. We're going to place it on the number line. Let's zoom in really quick. As you can see, 143 is closer to 100 than it is 200, so therefore, it's going to round down, and we're going to round to 100. Alright, so if you guys have any questions about anything else, feel free to email me, but there is a Kahoot link down below, and I will be quizzing you guys on that after to see if you can remember what we learned from today. Right, bye! See you next time!